Ken Burns is a brilliant documentary filmmaker. His 1994 Emmy Award-winning 9-episode series called Baseball is a tour de force. His resume is filled with other toweringly good documentary films and series. But he's a left-wing nut, as evidenced by a recent article in Variety in which, speaking of President Trump, Burns says, and we quote, "He has tapped a dark unconscious in which it is easier to vilify the other than to see what you share in common. It's easier to be afraid than to welcome change," end quote. Referring to his documentary on the Civil War, Burns goes on to say, and we quote, "We killed 750,000 of ourselves over this issue. He's, Donald Trump, appealing to that in the most venal and vulgar ways," again, end quote. This is a classic example of someone who is learned and accomplished in a narrow field, stepping outside his or her area of competence. No, Mr. Burns, you have missed it entirely. Donald Trump hasn't tapped some dark unconscious. He has tapped frustration and resentment and anger that is very much in the forebrains of millions of working class and middle class American citizens. He has given voice to people in the heartland who are sick to death of being condescended to by the likes of you. He has tapped into the resentment of people who are unwilling to welcome the kind of change that makes them poorer. Donald Trump has emerged as the champion of the people who want government policy that permits their incomes and their prospects and their wealth to rise along with yours. No, Mr. Burns, Donald Trump hasn't tapped into something sinister. He's tapped into something healthy. It's how we'll save the republic. That's my word. What's yours? Go to youtellmetexas.com and you tell me. And follow me on Twitter @PaulGleiser.